Some women actually say, oh, if you're a good guy, then the woman won't leave you then. But that's not true. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I found a video where a lady was telling a story about how one of her friends let go of her husband. I haven't watched it all the way through, just stopped it midway, and I thought I'll react to it for you guys. If this is your first time here, please leave a like on my video, sub, and leave a comment. Let's watch this video.
I have a little story time to share after this brief clip for context.
If your husband is a good guy, but you're ready for divorce, you're not a bad person. So don't let guilt get the best of you.
I had this friend some years back. She was my best friend.
What kind of take is that?
We hung out constantly. I enjoyed her company. Highly intelligent woman, quite attractive, married. Husband is very attractive, very successful. Not only did he provide for his family, she didn't work, but he cooked, he cleaned, he took care of the kids. He was emotionally open and available. Every time I'd come over and hang out with both of them, you know, he was so talkative and emotive and empathetic. I thought, wow, they're the perfect couple in my opinion. Two beautiful teenage children.
Oh, teenage, okay. You've been there for a while then.
Drop things off at her house. She would tell me, oh, can you drop this off? And I would go over and he would be in the house cleaning. I mean, Ajax and Pine Sol and Windex and mops out. And he would ask me,
So he's working and he's doing cleaning.
how does everything
Oh,
look?
housework.
Do you think she'll be happy? Is this up to a woman's standards of cleanliness? You know, he said, I just love her so much.
Wow.
And I would say,
He's even asking her opinion on the cleaning.
incredible. Of course she's going to be happy. You know, you did an amazing job. You always do an amazing job. The relationship with my friend, something started changing in her. You know, she started talking to me about depression, and she's overweight, and she didn't like it. And it never bothered her husband. I mean, he adored her no matter what.
Oh, wow.
She started complaining about her weight and this depression and saying that she needs to go to therapy, which she did. She found a therapist and started going. But after she started going to therapy, I noticed there was a dramatic change in her.
Uh-oh.
She
Good or bad?
complaining after these sessions.
Oh.
She would begin complaining more and more about her husband and how he's making her miserable. And I would say to her, what do you mean? This is all of a sudden new for you since you started seeing this new therapist. So I started
Oh
inquiring,
no, the therapist.
you know, what are her beliefs?
Is it the therapist?
And she said, oh, she's very feminist. And then within a couple of months, you know, my friend began spiraling.
It's the
Things
therapist.
got weirder and weirder for her. She was complaining more and more about her husband, how he's making her miserable, how he's keeping her fat,
What?
how he is to blame for her depression. And no matter what I would say to her, I would always like reach some kind of dead end. She would come at me with something else. And then she started talking about divorce.
Oh
That
gosh.
she'll be happy and her depression will lift and she'll
If she
finally be able to
divorces
lose
him.
weight once she gets rid of her husband.
Guys, these are the stories I'm talking about.
I was trying so hard to talk to this woman and she would get angry with me. And I said to her one day, I don't want to say her name, but I said, hey, you know, what is it that he does that is so bad? Please just put it into words for me.
She said he keeps her fat.
What does he do that is so bad? And she couldn't think of anything. And she sat there for
Of course
a couple
not.
minutes pondering. And then she came up with, he leaves apple cores on the nightstand. That was all she had. Apple cores.
These are the stories I'm talking about, guys, where people leave marriages for no reason.
So he was making her depressed for whatever reason. He was keeping her overweight for whatever reason. And he would leave apple cores on the nightstand. I tried to implore to her, no, this is
It's not a good reason.
This is no reason.
Yeah.
And she started amping up her therapy visits from like once a week to twice a week. And things just got worse and
So
worse.
it is the
One day she
therapist.
told me, we're getting divorced. This man was devastated.
Wow. After he's done everything for her, of course.
He lost his kids.
This is what happens to men.
He, of course, had to go through pain.
You think he'll get married again?
My friendship with her dissolved.
Oh, wow, okay.
One day we were having brunch and I was expressing what I felt about this, and she threw a glass of water at me.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, okay,
That's it. It's finished. Yep.
And we ended our friendship, and from what I've heard, she went down a spiral. She went through a rampage of sexual activity. Did she lose
This is
weight?
the same as that lady.
Is she still depressed?
Guys, this is the same as the video I showed you guys with the elderly lady who was telling us about how she got a divorce, and she shouldn't have gotten a divorce from her husband, but she did. And what happens right after? Promiscuity. Body count increases, but nobody's holding them at night when they're sad, because you sleep around, the person goes their way, you go your way. But also what I want us to focus on is how sad it becomes, because you have a man who does everything for his wife. So not only is he the breadwinner, but he comes home to do the chores. And he's not doing it in a way where he's trying to prove a point, or he's doing it because he loves this woman. He's trying to do everything for her. And yet, because some women actually say, oh, if you're a good guy, then the woman won't leave you then. But that's not true. Because even good guys, nice guys, or good husbands who do what they're supposed to do as husbands, they still get left. They still get divorced. They still get heartbroken. It is what it is. That's life, unfortunately. So when women say, oh, for example, wives who are in certain marriages who compare their husbands to other husbands, and they think if they were with that husband, even another guy, they think if I was with that guy, everything would be okay. You have no idea. You could have the perfect guy and you'd still not be happy. This is the same for men as well. Certain men, you can have the perfect woman. She's not overweight. She's hot. She's submissive. You're still not happy. But it's interesting to see that this woman not only spiraled, but she felt a divorce will fix everything. But she had the divorce and nothing changed. Toxic people are always going to be toxic. So it's not about the person in front of you. It's about you, who you are on the inside. How you treat people depends on who you are on the inside. It doesn't depend on how. There are people who are awesome people on the inside. People treat them like trash. They respond regally. They respond like G's. They respond in a classy way. Whereas if things are not okay with you on the inside, you're going to be toxic to whoever comes your way. Look, this is the world we live in. Unfortunately, these things do happen, but I still see in this, yes, I see this and I see why the manosphere is doing what they do, but I still believe that marriages still work in this day and age. Yes, these things are happening. And yes, I also believe that if you vet as much as you vet, it doesn't stop these things from happening, because you get married today, you're in love, but you're never the same person 30 years later. You're never the same person 5 years later. So yeah, that's why women wake up 5 years later and go, I'm bored. I don't want it anymore. I'm tired. I don't want you. You don't excite me. It happens. We just do what we do because we believe in God, and God says it's honorable to get married. Guys, what do you think of this story? Is this something that has happened around you? Is this normal? Does this happen? Do women just decide to leave and make divorce the solution for their crisis? Let me know what you think in the comments below. What should the man have done in that situation, seeing that his wife still wanted to leave him, regardless of, as this woman described him, perfect he was? Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.